Welcome to my channel.
In a house built on bloodlines, one boy was born to be forgot. My father, Lord Malin, had given me a discreet order, one that held far more weight than it appeared. Next year, when I returned for my birthday, I was to bring Gura leaves back with me, a blatant act of smuggling an illegal product under the guise of peace.
She pointed out that Gura leaves were banned and asked if that was enough reason to break the alliance between the clan and the Brack family.
Breaking the alliance was indeed a good enough reason, but my ambitions stretched far beyond just that.
She asked if I had any proof of Lord Malin's order, and I admitted that I had no physical evidence yet.
My mother's gaze sharpened, telling me that what I'd just revealed was something I'd need to swear to God for, and I assured her I could do even that if she wished. She took a drag from her pipe, a thoughtful expression on her face as she considered my words. A slight smile played on her lips, a silent acknowledgement of the audacity in my plans.
She murmured that while I seemed ordinary, I was proving to be quite extraordinary. She pressed me, asking if securing the Heavenly Warrior clan support was truly all I wanted.
My mother tapped her chin, still contemplating the depth of my intentions.
Then, looking at me with serious eyes, she asked the question that lingered. Why was I doing all of this?
I explained to her that the Imperial Palace was where my true leverage lay. My strength came from the Brack territory I'd developed, even if I was just an illegitimate son from a remote region. I clenched my fist, making my determination clear.
She said the Heavenly Warrior clan wouldn't spill blood for my sake, and I admitted that wasn't my intention either.
My mother studied my face, her expression unreadable. I met her gaze, reminding her that I had already died once. A slight smile touched my mother's lips as she considered my words.
Then she reached out, taking my hand in a firm grip, telling me she admired my determination.
We sat together, a quiet understanding passing between us as Chell stood watch.
She then asked if my journey to the capital had anything to do with the Emperor's current state of mind.
I offered her a knowing smile, not confirming anything directly. A sudden commotion drew my attention as someone shouted about an outsider and asked if I wasn't dead. I just stood there, letting the commotion build around me, a small smile playing on my lips. The others, however, were wide-eyed and startled, looking around as if they'd seen a ghost. A young woman, painted with red marks on her face, turned to me, clearly confused by the sudden outburst. Her eyes, a vibrant purple, sparkled with an almost innocent curiosity. But my focus was elsewhere on the path ahead, the one I was forging for myself. Suddenly, Meryl lashed out, striking Barik and shouting insults about him being an idiot and a lazy ass. Meryl continued to yell, barely giving Barik a chance to speak. I watched the scene unfold from a comfortable distance, leaning against a wall as Meryl threatened regret. I asked if Barik was all right, though the chaos around me seemed almost peaceful in its predictability. I had planned to work slowly, to draw the Heavenly Warrior clan to my side with careful diplomacy, but the Silask flower had quickened everything. My eyes blinked slowly, a thoughtful expression on my face as I considered the path I was on. Yet, despite my successes, a lingering unease remained from the shadows of my past. I arrived to find Winchin seated, holding Ian's mother's hand, looking far better than the last time I'd seen him.
"I'm glad you're feeling better," I told him, a polite smile on my face.
Winchin offered me a small, grateful nod.
I called you here to continue our conversation from last time, Winchin said, his voice still a little weak, but much clearer.
Everything I said to Chief Kakantir was the truth, I affirmed, looking him directly in the eye. And I can swear to the heavens to vouch for it. There are a few things I haven't mentioned, I continued, but those are unrelated to the Heavenly Warriors clan.
My mind drifted back to the shaman's words, a prophecy whispered long ago about a power that would change me. Ian's mother looked at me, her expression unreadable, as if she sensed the weight of my thoughts. The words echoed in my mind, "It may be your entire existence." It had been a divine message, I knew, delivered not through the Empire's temples, but by the desert shaman whose visions were rarely wrong. A vision of transformation, of everything changing about me. Unexpected things always seemed to happen when I was in the desert, and this message felt deeply connected to that pattern. My mother, Ian's mother, smiled warmly, her expression full of gratitude and relief.
"Try these," she offered, holding out a small basket of shimmering green candies, a treat from the clan. "Everyone is grateful to you for it. We're even preparing a banquet to welcome you."
Her words hung in the air, a testament to the trust I was beginning to build with the Heavenly Warrior clan. I took a candy, the sweetness a stark contrast to the bitter taste of my past. A memory flashed, Merrill, rage contorting his face, shouting about being not done, as if his petty grievances could compare to the schemes I was unraveling. But I quickly pushed the image away, returning my attention to the present moment and my mother. She rummaged through her pouch, a glint of excitement in her eyes. I watched, curious, as she pulled something out, a small, dark object on a chain.
"It's yours, right?" she asked, holding up a necklace with a glowing golden pendant, the very one I had lost in the desert.
I held the necklace in my palm, the amber jewel gleaming with a soft, inner light. It was strange to think a child from the slums could possess such a valuable item. Why was a child from a brothel growing a silask flower, and why was this necklace hidden with it? I suspected Ian never knew it was there. Had he known, he would have sold it for living expenses, and the fact that it was buried in a pot suggested someone else had put it there, perhaps at another's request to care for the flower. I had so little information, so few sources, and no clear way to piece it all together. I looked down at the necklace once more, its light glinting in my hand. I just hoped this mystery wouldn't interfere with my plans.
"What are you doing, Ian?" "Who got beat up? It was a close match."
I put the necklace on, securing it beneath my tunic, and gestured for Barik to follow me. We could discuss desert warriors later. Barik, for all his aspirations to be the strongest in the world, was still a long way from achieving that goal. And I, too, had many steps to take before reaching mine. Thankfully, my plans were unfolding precisely as I intended, leaving me free to concentrate on what lay ahead. The grand title for this chapter of my life seemed to resonate with my current predicament. The border count's illegitimate son was once emperor. A sudden, jarring noise ripped through the quiet of the estate, demanding my attention. A servant burst into the room, his face pale and contorted with alarm, shouting that there was a massive problem.
Lord Malin, seated at his desk, sharply demanded to know why the man was being so loud, though the servant insisted he truly needed to see what was happening.
The servant stammered out the words, "People from the central government, the royal investigators are here."
Lord Malin's reaction was a single disbelieving cry. "What?"
Downstairs, the grand hall of the Brack estate was already a scene of hushed chaos, as several figures in official uniforms stood at attention. Among them, a woman with striking red hair and a confident demeanor stood out, clearly in charge. Her gaze was sharp and unwavering, a clear sign of the authority she wielded. Lord Malin, now looking visibly shaken, hurried down the stairs to face the new arrivals.
The red-haired woman, Buddy Erica, introduced herself as a royal investigator sent by the palace, here to investigate treason through tax evasion.
As I watched, Lord Mullen's composure shattered, his face contorting in a furious shout of absurd.
I've been guarding this countryside for burial from those barbarians.
But what about treason through tax evasion?
Is the stamp on this not Brack's seal?
Buddy Erica held up a document bearing the Brack seal, a report detailing the family's tax evasion, and Lord Mullen looked as though he'd seen a ghost. She stepped forward, her heels clicking ominously on the polished floor. Lord Mullen stood frozen, his back to Buddy Erica, who now had a sword sheathed at her side, a silent testament to the authority she wielded. She looked down at him, a hint of a smile playing on her lips, as if savoring his predicament.
The main office is that way.
She grabbed a maid, sword drawn, and commanded Hannah, "Keep your mouth shut and follow me." Hannah shrieked in terror, begging for help as she was dragged away, her cries echoing through the estate. Lord Mullen's eyes narrowed, a realization dawning on his face as he watched the scene unfold.
He screamed, realizing who was behind this. Mullen, was it that damned old man?
Lord Mullen gripped the sealed document tighter, his knuckles white.
He muttered to himself, thinking about Hannah. The aide should still be unconscious. Just who could it?
I watched the chaos unfold, a faint smile playing on my lips.
Lord Mullen's expression twisted into a silent scream of fury and frustration. From the depths of his estate, a desperate, enraged cry tore through the air. Ayan.
Far away, under the vast sky, a rider spurred his horse onward, carrying an urgent message. A warrior from the Heavenly Warrior clan announced its arrival, a message from Brack.
Chief Kakentir, listening intently, repeated the unexpected news. Brack is asking for help from the Heavenly Warriors.
Beric, standing before the chief, relayed the message. Lord Mullen is being charged with treason, so please help us by lending us your strength.
Chief Kakentir's eyes narrowed, a thoughtful, serious expression settling on his face as he listened.
Beric then delivered a chilling addition to the message, reading a direct quote from Lord Mullen. "I will prove my innocence through the death of my beloved son."
Beric explained that this shocking message had been relayed by Lord Mullen himself, no less. Then, from the corner of the room, someone let out a dry, scornful laugh.
"I'll be with you soon, Beric."
Chell was standing there, his hand already on the hilt of his sword, and Beric turned to face him. Chell simply looked at Beric, his expression unreadable.
"The Count has ordered me to take action."
Beric merely smiled, a knowing look on his face. The light shimmered, and I appeared in the doorway of the room.
I heard you called for me, Kaken.
Beric looked at me, then gestured to Meryl in the corner. I glanced at Meryl, then back at Beric, a smile still on my face.
"Just what is going on?"
Beric smiled, a strange, knowing look in his eyes that I couldn't quite decipher. Something felt off about the entire situation, particularly the calm way everyone seemed to accept that someone was being sent to kill me. It was as unsettling as Chief Kakentir, seemingly knowing I would come requesting help before I'd even arrived. Then Meryl gritted his teeth, a sudden flash of frustration on his face as he wondered if something had happened between Beric and himself. He quickly dismissed the thought, deciding their plans didn't matter, and that he just needed to finish his mission swiftly. With a sharp intake of breath, he lunged, his blade arcing towards me. But before it could reach me, Chell was there, blocking the attack with his own weapon, the clash of metal echoing loudly. I watched, a bead of sweat trickling down my temple, as Chel's eyes narrowed.
You'll have to face Barik first if you want to kill me.
I met Chel's gaze, a faint smile touching my lips as I took in the scene. Very well, I'll be waiting. I knew this was only the beginning. That was the chapter. Subscribe for the next part of his rise.